What are our thoughts on the AFC East? What are some questions we might have for that division?
The only question that matters is this going to keep going on with the Bills? I mean, I think the answer is yes. I mean, that's the only thing that anyone's concerned about in that division is it going to be a 13-14 win Bills team again?
My question, actually, Chuck, funny enough that you say that, was will the Buffalo Bills have any realistic danger in the division?
You know what's funny about that?
The answer is no.
You know what's funny about that?
Is that yours?
My question was, who's going to keep up with the Bills to compete with them? So
I was looking at it. This division is just terrible to me. Like, I don't think this division is good at all. Someone said, we talked about it last week or the week before, that I think the Jets are going to be just downright awful. I think the Dolphins are going to be a 4 or 5 win team. I think the biggest bright spot is going to be a team with 7 wins in New England, probably.
My question was...
This might be the year the Bills win 14 games.
My question was involving not the Bills, thankfully. It was the Miami Dolphins, and the question is, does Tua give Mike McDaniels another year after this season?
No.
Team's not good enough.
I don't think Tua is good enough to hide all of the imperfections of the team, and I think when push comes to shove, they will choose Tua over Mike McDaniel.
Well, they have to. They're paid him.
They should.
They don't have a choice. You want to know an interesting thing here is since 2009, so for 16 years, there's been 2 division winners in the AFC East.
My long-term question is Drake May better than Josh Allen? But we're not even near there yet. Like, when I started looking at this division, I think the Bills are going to be a 12-win team easily, and then I've got 3 teams that aren't going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah. You don't think the Jets or the Patriots or the Dolphins at all have a chance?
I think the Patriots have a chance because I'm that high on Drake May, but I'm going to give Coach Vrabel some grace with a team that hasn't been in the playoffs, first-year head coach, starved for talent, a lot would say. A lot would say they have more talent than people realize, and I'm that people. But they're starved for big-time weapons. I think Stephon Diggs is going to be huge for them in that regard, but he's not what he used to be. I think the Patriots are an up-and-coming team. I'm not concerned about them this year. Would I love to talk Drake May? Yeah. Would I love to say Tua is better than people think? Yeah. Do I want to shit on Fields? Maybe a little bit. But I think the question with this division is the Bills' reign ever going to end? Because it doesn't look like it's going to come soon.
So I'm curious here. So you're talking high on Diggs. Is that because he's on your squad now?
No, I think he's going to be helpful to the offense as I'm going to be in the right place. I said this last week. I'm going to be in the right place at the right time. He's not going to be this crazy playmaker, but he is a great veteran wide receiver. A thing that people don't remember about Diggs, he's got hands for days. You talk about a guy that's not going to drop the football. That's big for trust in the games and in practice.
I agree. But I actually took the liberty of I'm taking my predictions for the AFC East 1 through 4. I had Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets. I think the Pats finished second in the division, and I'd imagine we're all pretty similar there.
Spot on, Coach. I was going to say I think the Patriots are the second best team in the division, and I don't think that they're, I don't even know if they're really a .500 team yet. You can say, but Vrabel will.
We'll do those
close.
eventually. I'm not on that. I actually have the Jets second.
Yeah.
Really?
I hate to say it, and I know this podcast loves this guy, but Drake May has way more to prove to me than what the kind of hype we have been given him.
100%, no doubt. We just think he has that. We just
we're crowning
believe
this kid as he's the best to be seen in a long time, but he hasn't done shit really. He's maybe the 4th best quarterback in this class right now. Like, he was probably the 4th best. If you really think about it.
Depends on who you ask.
I thought Caleb Williams was more impressive than Drake May last year.
No, I'm giving Drake May over Caleb, but I will agree with you that he's definitely not first, and I'll still have Bo Nix over him for the time being. But I think we're looking at from just eye test. I think Chuck, Kojo, and I are on the same page here. When you watch Drake May, we can feel it, and it's that gut feeling that maybe you can't put a stat behind it, maybe you can't put a win behind it yet, but just something about the kid makes me think I'm a believer.
He's got the X factor, bro.
What's the X factor?
You think I want to be? You think I want to be this bought in?
Come on now.
You think
What's
I
the
could put a
X factor?
finger? If I could put a finger on it, I'd get paid to find it. I can't put a finger on it, but this guy's got the X factor. You think I can
can't
explain
say
it?
That makes no sense. He's got the X factor. What's the X factor? I don't know.
Well, Grant, for
That's
some
what
odd
the X
reason,
factor is.
for
You
some,
don't know
what's
what it
funny,
is.
what's funny is if you ask me who has the most potential in the QB class, my answer would still be Drake May, and I can't tell you. I can't put my finger on it either. Check out right there
You know
with
what it
you.
was?
But there's
It was that
something
first-
about Drake May
It was that
makes
first game
him.
they put him in, and he hit that dot on the sideline like 40 yards in the air. The ball
One throw?
You know what it is, Grant? He throws a pretty ball, man, and it's a catchable ball.
Every
He's just
quarterback in the NFL throws a pretty ball.
He's just kind of
They don't, Grant. They don't.
telling you,
Some guys just
something
throw a
about
pretty
here.
ball.
something about Drake May just makes me feel like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. Something about it makes me feel like he's kind of like that.
I mean, I've been on
No.
record saying it, and it's funny, Grant. The reason I do, and I think I'm so strong on this stance because I think it'll work. You're 100% right, Grant. We haven't even seen Drake May and the Patriots be successful, so the way we crown him is a bit premature. But I do think, unfortunately, there's another really good quarterback in the AFC.
Probably the best. And it's going to be hard to beat him. We got to remember, Drake May went like 3-11, I think it was, when he took over as a starting quarterback.
3-9. I was just looking at it actually.
Well, there you
Those
go.
was the moments, bro. It was the moments.
And we can
No,
say,
yeah, but to
we
be
can say,
fair,
oh,
that
his
team
offensive
is-
line and this. Joe Burrow took one of the worst teams besides Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to the Super Bowl.
You can't
The
just say
offensive line-
besides two of the best weapons in the football.
His offensive line was worse than Drake May's.
No, it was not.
It was not. No shot.
Come on, go look it up.
His Super Bowl team did not have the 32nd worst O-line in the NFL.
He did that year.
They had the 32nd.
Look at the stats. Look at how many sacks Joe Burrow took that year.
Yeah, that's Joe Burrow's fault. You mean Mr.
Oh, my
Sack
God.
King, Joe Burrow?
Bro, Joe Burrow went
no.
2-7-1 in his rookie year himself. Wait,
Tore his
so now
ACL.
he still went 2-7-1 before that. That don't change anything.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow's got
Yes,
that killer
facts.
instinct. and-
Oh, and then now all of a sudden he gets Jamar Chase, the best receiver in football. Now we're gonna crowd him like he just.
Now Joe
all of a
Burrow's
sudden-
good, but I think
He's great, but let's not pretend he
Joe
don't have
Burrow's
help.
the third best quarterback in the NFL.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Tua's way down on my chart. I'm not a fan of Tua. I think Tua's not good. I just don't think Tua's
You've
good
been
at
vocal
all.
about it for a long time too.
I just
I'm the other side of the coin. I actually like Tua. I don't
He
think
was-
he's a. Go ahead.
Sorry, I think he's very talented, dude. I think that's crazy to say he's not good. I mean, Tyreek Hill legit said this is the best ball I've ever got. So
what is he? What is he gonna say? Oh no, I've had better balls thrown to me.
He didn't say
He could
that
just-
about Pat
he-
Mahomes.
He could
I
have
mean,
just
he
said
could've
not
said
that.
that.
He
This
could have
game,
just not
Pat
said
Mahomes
anything.
didn't need to hear that. Tua was in a low confidence point. So what does Mike McDaniel say? Hey, boost up my quarterback. Go say something nice in the media to get him feeling good. They didn't need to do that with Pat Mahomes. Come on now.
Grant, I think
Who said that they even needed to do that though?
Grant,
we're just making
Every
up a
quarterback,
scenario.
it lives by their confidence.
We're just making up a scenario.
Grant,
All right. If
feel
we're just
you-
saying anything now,
Nah, Grant. I feel you on why you don't like Tua. You have to make it easy for Tua. Tua's a extremely talented quarterback. He's an extremely amazing thrower of the football, but you have to make it easy for Tua. And that's the thing. That's why Mike McDaniel might have been Tua's best shot, but the Dolphins are so soft it's insane. That's why Brian Flores hated Tua with a passion.
I mean,
You gotta, you gotta go out of your way to. It's Tua. You know who Tua reminds me of? Deshaun Watson. Prime,
if I told
good
you-
Deshaun Watson?
I'm gonna give you his wins by year. I want to hear your guys' opinion because this is a little surprising given what people feel about.
Let me
Tua.
ask you this, so we can set this on the table moving forward. Is wins a quarterback stat to you, Connor?
Yes, 100%.
All right.
But I'm willing to abide from that if a quarterback is very young, developing in his first year. I understand that is way more difficult, and that comes later.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just give you some.
Go ahead. Yep.
Tua,
All good.
Tua games started 9, record 6-3 as a rookie. That Miami team was not good. Next year, 7-5. Following year, 8-5. Following year, when he played all 17 games for the only time in his career, 11-6. That's when they lost the playoff game in the cold weather. This year, 11 games played. They went 6-5. Miami had 8 wins.
We got to remember.
I'm with you, Fogel. I think Tua's a winning football player, but I'll let you take it, Grant. But I see why Grant doesn't like him. But I also think Tua is a baller. But I know why Grant doesn't like him as a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, to go along the lines of that, Chuck, 100%. I mean, hell, I saw this guy throw first person against my team. He's great talent. Fantastic. But his hip injury that he had in college did hurt him a good bit. He isn't the same quarterback that he was in college. He was a way better quarterback at Alabama when you watched him throw the ball than he is in the NFL now. And Chuck, you hit it perfectly. You have to simplify the game to the nth degree with Tua. He's just hitting these little crossing plays with Tyreek Hill running a go to clear it out, or Jalen Waddle, somebody, and just reading it high-low, just boo, 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 boo. Okay, whatever's easiest. You can't win games every day like that against great defenses.
You could also argue that he's using his talent that's around him, guys that need to get in the open field that aren't deep ball guys either.
Tyreek Hill's not a deep ball guy?
That's not who he's mentioning, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Yes,
Fair.
not
I hear
Tyreek
that.
aside.
I think that's Mike McDaniel then.
I think the question at hand becomes in the postseason on third down when you don't have time for maybe something like that to develop, or the quick game is getting taken away. Can Tua beat you as a quarterback? And that's what the people that hate Tua don't think so. But Tua is a baller. He'll win you football games. He's a fantastic football player and a quarterback. And the reason that Nick Saban always mentions Tua when he talks about some of his favorite Alabama players.
Let me ask you, if I gave you the total number of games, which is 20, that Tua has missed in his career since he started at the Miami Dolphins, could you tell me the Dolphins' record?
I would guess probably 6-14.
I would
Another
say
take?
4-16. Or
3 wins.
6-14. Sorry.
They are 7-13,
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Crazy.
which is not terrible considering you have a backup quarterback.
No, but a great quarterback, is going to make you better, or a good quarterback, which he is a good quarterback.
He's a good quarterback.
He's a
but
good quarterback.
The biggest question at hand, though, I think for Tua is going to be, does he have what it takes to knock off Josh Allen's Bills and win the division title? The
Never.
answer is no.
No,
That's
he's not.
that's the
move
only,
on.
That's the it does, but it's also carefully move on.
Before we get into the NFC East, I kind of want to just rank this division as a whole, 1-8. Where do we put the AFC East in comparison to all the other divisions?
Are we ranking the teams or among the divisions?
The entire division as a whole? And we're going to do this for everyone, so this is going to stay in locked place for 4 weeks, basically.
I'm going to say 6, and the reason it's not 8 is because the Bills are in it.
I really got to be calculated with my answer here. It's just thinking about the other teams. But I think Fogel hit the hammer on the nail at 6.
I'm going to go...
I'll go while you're thinking, Chuck. I'm saying
AFC
7.
South is horrible.
Well, you know my two behind it, Chuck.
The
You
NFC
said that. You just
I'm
said
gonna go
the whole
pick. I'm
region.
gonna go number 5. I'm gonna say number 5 because the Bills are great. There's divisions that don't have great teams. I'm gonna go the AFC East is the 5th best division.